Another tool that we can use to start debugging our code is to use the built-in tools that we have in our browsers. Um, in this case, I'm going to be using Chrome for this demonstration, but these tools are all also available on Firefox. So what we do here is basically inspect elements. And when we inspect elements, we can get a lot of information about how the CSS and the HTML are working together to create great websites. So for example, to activate the inspection or the tool, we just right click any of the elements and we go to inspect. So you will see on the left, sorry, on the right, you will see this. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you. So you will see a lot of information here, which is could look intimidating, but it's not that bad. So there's a couple of tools here. So for example, this one is the select an element. So basically I can go here and select an element from the website. When I click on an element, I can go here at the bottom. So I'm going to move this a little bit up. There we go. So when I click again, I take this selector and I go to Hello World, click here, and there is a bunch of information that is really useful. For example, I can see the CSS rule that is governing this element. So I can see that that h1 has a property of color and the value is blue. So there's a couple of things that I can do. I can, for example, turn off that property, and you can see right away the hello world is black because that's basically the user agent style sheet is be black. So I can turn it on again and it's going to be blue. I can change the value, and this is kind of like the interesting part because I can start testing things on the browser before making the changes on the document. So for example, I can come here and change the value to red. And I can see that, but the document is still the same. And on our document is still blue. So why would I do that? Is because I can start testing things in this environment without compromising the integrity of the file. So again, now what about if I don't want that and I want to go back to the original color? I can do two things. I can go and change the value to blue, or I can refresh. If I refresh, the document comes back to their original state. So other things that you can look at is, for example, the size. So here it gives you an overview of the box modeling of this element, and we're gonna see box modeling in, I think, in a couple of weeks, so don't worry about it for now. But you can see again the rules, the CSS rules that are governing this. Also, if you notice, on top of that, you can see the HTML, and actually you can change the HTML as well. So for example, I can come here, double click this ID attribute and just get rid of it. I can change this class to red if I want. And also I can actually create rules. So let's say I'm going to create a new style and I'm going to do red, and then I'm going to add a value. So for example, color red. So I have the class red there, and tick, lost it for a little bit. Here it is. So again, come here. Oh, that's why. Okay, so I do this and do red. So the color red, and now you can see here that I create a new rule. So that's also a cool thing. Like I can start creating new rules that I can test again without compromising the integrity of the file.